Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back for another video. All right, the year is closing. 2022 is upon us, and I have a question for you. Something that you really need to ponder. I would recommend it at least. Is what's your thesis statement for 2022? Where are we going with crypto, with the sphere, with everything, with Bitcoin, but not just with Bitcoin, with the entire crypto package? And that is something that I'm trying to wrestle through as I'm thinking through things right now. And I have some thoughts. I'm going to share those thoughts with you, but I think it's going to be helpful for you to think and to plan accordingly. What's next? What do you think is coming next? And so there are a few things. I talked about this in a TikTok video yesterday, but I just want to bring it up again and just say, hey, go look at this article, read this article. It was very helpful and thought provoking for me by Crypto Cobain on Twitter, called Trading the Metagame. And he compares the cryptocurrency market right now to a game like League of Legends, like Magic the Gathering, where as the game evolves, different characters gain in strength or decrease in strength, and then their counter characters, the ones that are best suited to oppose those newly strong characters, gain in strength, and then you just see this evolution take place. I've never played League of Legends, by the way, so I might be totally butchering this, but you see this evolution take place as the game evolves, as the meta, whatever, the metaverse, the universe. I won't say metaverse because that's the sphere of crypto, but as the ecosystem, that's the word I'm looking for, evolves. You see different characters starting to emerge. And we have seen that very much with crypto. I would recommend checking out my 3-minute summary of that on my TikTok account. But I'm thinking through that into 2022. And I'm thinking, all right, where are we going as a market? Where would it be best for me to place my investment? Do I need to shuffle things around? Do I need to, adjust? Do I need to take money off the table? That's another question that needs to be asked. And so as I'm processing these things, I have come up with a few things that I would say, yes, I'm sticking to this with conviction level belief, and I'm going to let that drive how I operate over the coming year. And so, first, very simple thing to look at here. This is a chart of the total crypto market cap. And so you can see we peaked at about $750 billion in 2017, and we didn't cross that until the end of 2020 when Bitcoin crossed its all-time high, its 2017 all-time high, and now we've peaked so far at $3 trillion. And so is this it? Is this the parabola, the parabolic run? And are we done after this $3 trillion peak, or will we go higher? And here's fundamental belief number one. Given the mass of adoption, given the fleeing of the US dollar, given the aging of millennials and Gen Z and their maturity and their financial growth, if that makes any sense, as millennials, I am an older millennial, as Gen Z, as we gain more financial strength, which we will over time, this market will grow as well because we are more drawn towards crypto than Gen X is kind of so, but definitely than boomers. And so here's my thought. I don't think that 3 trillion was the peak. I think that we're going to see a 10x or so, maybe even more, from that 2017, 2018 peak of $750 billion, a 4x given just typically how this works. I mean, the peak from 2017 to 2013 to 2017 was something like a 20 or 40x, something like that. For it to go from that to a 4x this cycle, I don't buy that. I expect more growth in the total crypto market for 2022 and maybe even into 2023. We'll see, but at least for 2022. I also am expecting, all right, let's look at Bitcoin here for a second. I'm not expecting over the first 6 months of 2022, is even as the crypto market grows, which I expect moderate growth in early 2022, I'm not expecting six-figure Bitcoin as of right now. I know I'm not expecting six-figure Bitcoin in the first 6 months of 2022. I think that we will go up to the 60s or maybe even the 70s again, and then down to the 50s and maybe up to the 80s and down to the 60s, stuff like that. Something like little growth, little steps. I also very much don't think that we're entering the bear market. I don't think we're going to the 30s. I think it's just going to be slow and steady growth for Bitcoin, but potentially more growth for the overall crypto market in early 2022. And so what does that mean? That means that other things will grow faster than Bitcoin and also faster than Ethereum. I'm also holding again to this concept, this belief that I have that we will not go down to the 200-week simple moving average, which is currently at about $20,000, $19,000, until that simple moving average rises to about $50,000, which I would expect to happen in 2023. So I'm sticking with those beliefs, and I'm trying to think through this meta game, trading the meta game. What is next? All right, here's what we had, what we've had over the last 15 months. We had Bitcoin quadruple in a span of 100 days from October 1st of 2020 to January 8th of 2021. And then we had alt season, kind of an alt season, not full-blown alt season, but we saw a lot of alts start to take off, especially as Bitcoin crossed its 2018 high or 2017 high. And then we saw meme coin season. We thought alt season was going to progress and go further, but we saw meme coin season, which marked the end of stage one of the 2021 bull run. But meme coins shot off like crazy. Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, SafeMoon. And then we saw the bear market where everything, mini bear market, bear moment, where everything dumped. And except for Quant, because Quant just has a mind of its own. And then as things picked up again, we saw NFTs, NFT mania. So new king, but with NFTs on OpenSea, at least we saw these ridiculous Ethereum gas fees, which opened the door for counter characters to come in. Solana, Avalanche, Luna, those all took off. Algorand has not quite taken off, and it very much has potential as an ETH killer, which has me intrigued with Algorand, but we'll see. And then we also saw Metaverse start to take off. So what's the next sphere? What's the next thing in 2022? I'm hearing a lot of talk about ISO 20022, aka XRP, XLM, lots of other ones, XDC, etc. I'm not sure about that until we see the SEC suit come to an end, which I'm still not expecting anytime soon. I'm hearing a lot of talk about DAOs, which has me very intrigued. I'm hearing a lot of talk about other things, Web3. And so I'm going to, as far as I'm concerned, over the next few weeks, I'm going to do a deep dive into this and try to figure out, all right, what's next? Where do I need to be allocating my resources? But there's a few other things that I'm looking at as far as just general trends, because we don't need to find necessarily the next big thing. I think that's a wild goose hunt. Probably the most important thing is that you don't get caught on the tail end of the next big thing. You don't get caught on the tail end of NFT mania, which if you were to try to heavily invest in NFTs right now, you would be on the tail end of that. And you don't need to get on the tail end of metaverse cryptocurrencies, because right now we are on the tail end of that. That doesn't mean that there's not further growth in that, but there's no further explosive growth coming with things like Mana, with Sandbox, with Gala Games, etc. There will just be regular growth right now. And so that's the biggest concern that I have right now, is I don't want to be on the tail end of any of those. But I can position myself for what I think is going to be the next big thing, but really my biggest concern right now is I want to follow the trends. And so what are the trends? Here's a few trends that I'm looking at right now. First of all, proof of stake versus proof of work. Proof of stake is slowly gaining its dominance. slowly over time gaining in dominance, especially when Ethereum moves to ETH 2.0. I think that's going to be a really big thing for proof of stake. Proof of stake seems, and maybe I'm going to take this back, maybe I'm going to eat my words. Proof of stake seems to be winning. And it seems to be the one that's going to win. Now, Bitcoin will always, in my opinion, always be king in mindset, at least. And I am I'm still never selling my Bitcoin. I still believe that we will see a $1 million Bitcoin one day, that we'll see a $10 trillion, maybe $100 trillion market, dare I say $100 trillion market cap, at least double the market cap of gold, which is at $10 trillion right now. That would put it at $1 million Bitcoin. So I'm never selling my Bitcoin. I am just as much of a believer. Am I a Bitcoin maxi? No, but on a long enough timeline, I am a Bitcoin maxi. If I'm anything, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years down the road, I am a Bitcoin maxi. But for this decade, proof of stake, in my opinion, is going to gain a lot of ground over proof of work. And so that's something I have on my radar. What are the big ones? What are the ones that are going to benefit the most from this level of dominance, proof of stake dominance? We'll see. Lots of things to consider. Maybe Cardano's not dead yet, and I've never thought that Cardano was dead. I did make a meme kind of comparing so-called ETH killers, Solana, Luna, Avalanche, and Cardano. Remember, if you know that four-headed dragon meme where one of them has like the googly eyes. I said Cardano was the googly eyes one, but Cardano could be well positioned. Cardano, I mean, yeah. Let's see some smart contracts. Let's see some of the stuff that you're actually talking about that you're going to do. Let's see you actually do those things. But proof of stake. They're in a good position with that, and lots of other ones too. And then the other thing that this isn't another thing, but this isn't. Here's a reason why this isn't necessarily bad for Bitcoin. Is and why I still am very confident about Bitcoin is this is wild to me. The amount of Bitcoin that is wrapped and the growth in wrapped Bitcoin over time. So we started 2021 at about 100,000 Bitcoin that's wrapped. And currently we're over 300,000. We tripled the amount of wrapped Bitcoin. What do you use wrapped Bitcoin for? Well, let me give you an example. On the Crypto.com DeFi platform, I have a Crow wrapped Bitcoin pair, a farming pair that is generating, as of right now, like 90% APY yields. And so I'm getting a return on that. That's going to go down. It's probably going to go down to like 20% or 10%, something like that eventually. But as of right now, that's 90%. That is why I have some of my Bitcoin that I'm holding wrapped in Ethereum wrapped Bitcoin, and I'm getting yields on that. That's what a large majority of people are doing. And so this is going to be, in my opinion, the biggest Bitcoin whale, essentially. Now, I know it's not officially a whale, but if you want to consider this sphere of Bitcoin holdings as a single entity, this is easily going to be over 1 million Bitcoin one day, and it's going to contribute to that supply crunch. But with all of this in mind, especially with the whole meta game that we're playing, we're seeing Ethereum killers rise up. I'm expecting, here's probably the biggest and scariest and biggest risk move that I'm going to make. I'm thinking about doing this in 2022. Is Ethereum is my biggest holding. I have over $100,000 worth of Ethereum. And I don't think these Ethereum killers are done. As far as the explosive growth is concerned, yes, I think the Ethereum killers are about done with explosive growth. But now I think it's time for them to, over 2022, especially while we have those ridiculous gas fees and while Ethereum is a proof of work cryptocurrency, I am expecting Solana, Algorand. We don't talk about Algorand all that much, but Algorand, maybe that still has some explosive growth in it. Avalanche and Luna. I'm expecting those to start eat some ground into Ethereum's dominance for, those platform type cryptocurrencies over the span of 2022. And maybe we'll have a blow off top of Bitcoin and that'll be the end. But over especially the early span of 2022, I'm thinking, all right, $100,000 of Ethereum, maybe converting $50,000 of that into Solana, Luna, and Avalanche, and a little bit of that into Algorand, just in case, maybe Algorand will catch up here. Not quite Cardano, especially given Cardano's market cap, $50 billion. But what I'm wondering is maybe we're going to see Luna and Avalanche catch up to Solana in market. I don't know. We'll see. And where's Algorand? Anything in the top? I want to play it safe. This is the big thing. I know that Algorand's pretty close here. All right, Algorand's 22nd, a $10 billion market. Yeah, maybe, who knows? Maybe Algorand can catch up to Avalanche into to Luna. We'll see. That would be a tripling of its market cap. That seems possible. Very much seems possible to me. So I want to play it safe. Okay, this is high risk in my regards. I'm thinking, as far as, all right, Ethereum, in my opinion, is a very safe bet. I know that Ethereum has their issues, but it's a safe bet. This is moving it to Avalanche and Luna. It's very high threshold risk for me. It's not, I know a lot of you have a much higher threshold of risk than I do when it comes to crypto. I just think crypto in general is already very high risk, but I'm thinking that over 2022, these are going to gain some ground. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not making any moves until actually 2022 hits, which I know is just 4 days away. But, I'm thinking that, and then I'm thinking a small, maybe like 5% of my portfolio, trying to find that next moonshot, the next king of this meta game that we're playing. And so maybe it's Web3. Maybe it's DAOs. A lot of DAOs are making some gains right now, or as far as in the public consciousness, And so I'm still thinking through this. I'm processing this. If you have thoughts, if you have something that you're convinced about, I'd love your help in this. Let's be in this together. But yeah. As always, though, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research before investing your hard-earned money. And before we close, worldwarbitcoin.teachable.com, the crypto bear market buying guide. We are nowhere near the bear market, in my opinion. But when that time comes, I believe that this will be a guide. 4 hours of content right now. Probably my next update is going to be to talk about specifically Solana in the bear market. That was a back the truck up bear market purchase. And what I'm thinking through now is, especially as I'm talking about Avalanche and Luna, is spreading that out among Ethereum killers in the bear market and not putting all my eggs in the Solana basket. I am still very bullish on Solana. I love Solana, but maybe spreading that out, Solana, Avalanche, Luna. And so I'm going to make an update video eventually talking through that in the bear market buying guide. It is an evolving guide, but it's one that will increase in content as time progresses as well. I hope to have 100 videos. I have 25 right now, 100 videos of content here. 16, 20 hours, something like that. We will see. This is a $27 one-time charge, but as it grows, you will only pay the $27 for content that, from what the reports that I'm getting, is going to be very valuable to you. And the goal is to 20x from the bear market bottom to the next cycle top. So that's all I have for today. I hope you have a great day, a happy new year. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, all that stuff. I will see you in another video. Peace.